Hi, I'm Paul Salmon. I'm a spiritualist medium. My guest today is Leo Bonomo, I say another medium, it sounds a bit cheap, doesn't it? Another quality spiritualist medium. Hi Leo.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very good, thanks for coming in.
Nice to be back.
You've had a bit of a hectic night, haven't you?
Yeah, hectic night. I sit in a physical circle, and the way that I teach and the way that I work, it's energy based, and the physical circle's energy based as well. So that goes away from ectoplasm, that kind of base mediumship, and so the physical mediumship, it's developing. It's light similar to this. So it's in daylight or subdued light, and we get manifestations. It's very exciting, especially as we've had some problems with the medium just recently, who's been named and shamed, but I won't.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, let's not go into that. I don't think it get slandered or whatever.
No.
But there are. But isn't that a revelation? Do you think something's happening where the truth is coming out a bit more now?
As far as a revelation, people forget, and I'm trying to find myself, and I'm speaking to lots of people. Nobody seems to know where seances have to be in the dark, because Helen Duncan, Gordon Higginson, I can't think of his first name, Garforth, all the mediums from yesteryear and as it started, the seances were in subdued light or daylight.
Well, do you know, it's like, John Rest?
Yes.
He presents with me, we do ghost hunts, but we do it in the daytime, because we're trying to do away with that feeling that, it's got to be done at night.
Yeah.
There's no gimmicks with us.
Yeah,
ghost around all the time, ghost and spirit.
Absolutely.
And some on YouTube.
Yes.
Not mainstream telly, because I don't think it's entertainment enough for mainstream telly.
Well, some of it now is quite toxic. I mean, you got one well-known program over here. There's several in the States as well, and they're gimmicks. They're hyped up, they're dramatised, and that suits a particular audience. But for the serious person interested in the paranormal and that, yes, of course, these places still hold that energy, daylight or nighttime, and I think it's a good thing to bring this out. So I do feel there is that shift in emphasis.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I'm doing this show, to get people on here so we can talk and about all this stuff, get this knowledge out there from different people. I want to thank you, the public watching, for getting me on involved in Psychic World newspaper.
Oh, bless you!
Because I'm now a raving reporter, roving reporter,
raving at the weekends, raving
for the newspaper. Yeah. So thanks for getting me involved in that.
It's a real pleasure.
But how did you get involved with the newspaper?
I've known Candy Taylor for a while, and I've submitted lots of articles over the years to Psychic News, Psychic World, and we were chatting, and she said, because I'd submitted several articles over, I think, over a few months, and she said, do you want to do something more regular? And again, as spirit timing, I said, yeah, it's perfect, we'll do that. And so I kind of got involved with that. But I've always written, books, blogs, and I enjoy it. And most of what I do is channeled anyway. So it just kind of flows. And yeah, it's a good newspaper. It's been going a long, long time.
Candy's father was in charge, wasn't he?
Yeah, Ray Taylor. Yeah, and he was very, very involved. He knew a lot of key people from that area. Maurice Barbanel, who's Guy de Silver Birch, that everyone would know. So the history of the paper goes way, way back. In fact, I think it was, I can't remember the initial paper, but there was an initial paper. Then there was Two Worlds, which came out, Psychic World, which came out, and I think Psychic News, hopefully I'm correct, came out a little after that. But they go back a long, long way.
That's funny how you mentioned about things flowing, because I fancied being a writer for a publication.
Yeah.
And you interviewed me, and I'm on the front page. And from there, I got invited to write on a regular basis. So thanks a lot, Leo, for that.
No problem at all.
What's happening with you at the moment? Any new ventures coming up?
Well, again, I'm very involved in this physical circle, and some amazing things are coming up. It is all video, digital recordings, because sometimes, although we can see clairvoyantly what's happening in the room, it's nice to get the video evidence of it. Some of it's quite startling. It's not something that I can talk too much about.
No. But are you leading? Are you teaching it, or are you partaking?
No, I'm just supplying some energy and that. So the medium I can't really mention at the moment, but they've been doing that for 10 years, physical mediumship in light.
What have you actually seen you can tell us about?
Well, we see behind the medium, we can see shadows building up, we can see movement, lots of orbs. We have the medium went into trance a few months ago. She goes into trance quite regularly, and this person came through and gave us some information. And when we viewed the video back, what happened was there was just her head. You could see right through the chair. So it looked as though there was just a head floating.
What, where the medium sat?
Yeah. And the head that was there was the person that came through.
Was it?
So so as the person had kind of transfigured, her body had disappeared. You can see the sofa, everything through it.
It's amazing.
There's a lot of good stuff happening. One time as well, because of the way that it works, although we're in light, sometimes spirit feel the need to create their own darkness, which I know sounds quite strange. But for example, if we were sitting like this, you might get a column of dark. So we can physically see the room darken.
Okay.
The cameras react to the lack of light, if you like. Manifestations happen within that. And a few months ago, we were filming and we realised there's like an alcove, but there's the rest of the room which goes back. And you could still see daylight above the curtains and down one of the side curtains, but the room went dark as though it was night time. So you still had the light coming behind. And we were aware of a gentleman walking about, and part of the way through, he walked past that first chink of light. You could see him walk past the top of the curtain, so he was very tall and in the air. And then a few seconds later, we walked back. But we're getting, as some do, extraterrestrials or celestial beings that have been seen on camera. So it's very interesting, and from my point of view, I think we should go back to working in the light, because I don't feel there's any real reason for it.
Do you think Spirit are working on modern techniques to?
Absolutely.
Do you think they're still evolving over there?
Oh God, yeah. I mean, what they can achieve and what they know they should be able to achieve is sometimes different. So they have to work out the balances of, the energy and how to work. But I really do feel that they want to bring physical mediumship in the light. I'm not sure where now, but years ago in Africa, full daylight, they'd have big meetings and spirit materialised. Full daylight under blazing sun. So in many senses there's no reason we can't, and I think what spirit want to do is bring us out of the age of in the dark, where all kinds of things can happen, especially if you're fraudulent. I mean, people say people are taped up, chained up. Didn't stop Houdini.
I was going to say Houdini.
Exactly. So there are always techniques, but if it's in light similar to this, and somebody manifests and talks to you, it's very hard to...
But I've seen it myself, Leo. I've seen where medium's been sat where you are, or this distance, not here. And through the medium, I've seen Emma Hardinge Britton come through.
Absolutely. Spirit can do it. And in a sense, if you're thinking about spirit manifesting or ghosts, ghosts is slightly different energy. But it can be done in daylight. People see things all the time. So I think spirit want to get past that era of it could be fake, it could be not. And this is what they're working to, and this is what my mediumship's working to as well. Because Essentially, what we're going for is, if your grandmother came through, for example, that I would give you the message, but I'd transfigure.
I was going to ask, are you actually wanting to, or do you actually do trance yourself?
I do trance. I go into trance sometimes on readings, sometimes when I'm teaching.
Or not just trance, but manifestation?
I don't really work as a physical mediumship. I did try that several years ago, and the church that I was at, they were a bit strange about me putting a lock on the inside of the door.
Right.
And that was because I don't think they fully understood. You can't have someone just walk in, because it can be dangerous. But yeah, we've got manifestations. We've got children and a dog walking up and down outside the room. You could hear the dog barking and children laughing. And
but going back to, you said celestial beings, what do you mean then? Angels, angelic forms?
Well, essentially, extraterrestrials as such.
You do mean extraterrestrials?
Yeah, because they don't really like to be referred to as that, because we're all souls. Just in a different body, different skin. There's still, whatever name you give it, Allah, whatever, there's still a creator, and it's created everything, and so we're just a soul in a different body, exactly like animals.
So, as we know, being spiritualists, we have different dimensions, heaven,
absolutely,
or the spirit world, and you believe in I hate that word, aliens. Then.
Yeah.
But you believe in aliens, and you believe in different dimensions.
Absolutely. I've seen aliens when I was quite young, and craft.
Did you?
And I also believe when I first came here, when I was first born, I was rather miffed because.
But when you were born.
Yeah.
I was miffed as well.
Because I knew I'd come here, and I knew I'd come from another solar system or star, but whatever, and I knew I was here to do a job, but I wasn't very happy about it, because I didn't belong here, and I still feel I don't belong here. I'm here for a while. I don't want to come back.
No, but stick
Close to the stone. We'll try, so I knew I'd come from somewhere else. I wasn't very happy that I was going to spend another term, almost like a jail term, really, in sense. But another term here. So I've always known I'd come from somewhere else.
But why do you think you're here now then?
Help people, and hopefully to bring light into the world, which is, I think, is what most mediums want. And healers and that, and just people that are generally empathetic. We have that need to hopefully enlighten, and help people along the way.
Let's talk about your book a bit.
Yeah,
we talked about it before, so I'll turn it. But things are happening, aren't they?
Yeah, it's Summerland. It's now on Kindle. I finally made the move to do that, so that's good. So it's either very cheap or given away free at the moment on Kindle, which is the kind of thing they do. But if you like hard copy, obviously we've still got those. Quite some time ago, I channeled a lot of poems, and so I'm getting that ready.
Yes, because isn't there a new book of poetry coming up?
Yeah, it's called A Book of Thoughts, and it's a book of poetry. It's also thoughts and feelings from spirit on various subjects as well. And some of those experiences are quite interesting, because there's a poem there about Tommy Cooper.
Is there?
And he just came to me. I actually met him at one time, so there's always a connection. And it's quite remarkable how sad he was, and it comes through in that poem.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I think you'll have to come back again and tell us more about these poems, Leo.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll bring some and
We'll read some out as well.
Yeah, actually that would be good. Yeah, that would be good. I've got another book coming out, which I'm still trying to edit. Yeah, it's training for mediumship using the new energies.
Right.
So it's explaining these and how spirit just want to move on to daylight.
Well, that's another reason to come back and talk about it. We've run out of time now.
We have, yeah.
But it's good to see you again.
It's great to see you. Thank you so much.
And we'll have a coffee now and have a catch up.
Yeah, we will do.
Thanks a lot, Leo.
Thank you so much. God bless.